I see oral history as spoken memories.
It's a story of a person's life.
As near as I can tell, it seems to be the oral traditions and stories that are passed down from folks.
I think the beauty of oral history is it's spontaneous.
And so I think the bottom line is that oral history is a gift. It's a gift for the future.
It is a collaborative effort between the interviewer and the interviewee. And it's important for the interviewee to have the knowledge you seek, and the person doing the interview also has to have the knowledge and the skills to do the interview properly. It is not just sitting down and turning on a tape recorder.
Well, that was Dr. Julian Pleasance, oral historian at the University of Florida. And I'm Deborah, and I would like to give you a little bit of the highlights of how we can preserve your oral history. It's a process, and it begins with a phone call from you.
Yes, I was inquiring about your services.
In the initial phone call, we're very happy to answer all of your questions. But if all goes well, soon we're going to have plenty of questions to ask of you. All the preparation is behind us, and it's time for the interview. We choose a place that's comfortable for both of us. This place should be free of distractions and certainly free of noise. Yeah, the kitchen table is a very popular venue, because who isn't comfortable in their own kitchen? Here, Ann is going to be setting up for an audio taped interview. This consists of a microphone and a tape recorder. You can see she puts the microphone in a strategic place that'll capture sound from both her and the interviewee. Look at her notebook there, full of prepared questions. And now let's listen in on an actual interview, and it goes something like this.
Tell me what you remember about your early childhood in Claremont.
Mostly I remember things revolving around the Grove industry. My mother was a railroad agent. She had taken that job after our father died. That was sort of my life.
Well, the interview is over, but there's plenty more to come. When she arrives home, the first thing she must do is make a duplicate of the original. This will be our working copy. And here you can see she's making a duplicate of the original tape-recorded interview. Here Ann is putting that working copy into the transcription machine. She's going to attach her headphones so that she can hear the playback. She sits at a computer and types in the words she hears. Playback speed is controlled by the foot pedal. Eventually, after much editing and typing, a transcript will be created from the interview. And here's the finished product, completely bound in a nice, neat package. An option is the videotaped interview. The preparation is exactly the same, only the emphasis is on visual media rather than printed word. In the case of the videotaped interview, we bring back the equipment to the studio and remove the tape with the ultimate goal of copying into the computer. But first we put the tape into a video playback machine. From the video playback machine, it goes through this firewire cable directly into the computer, where it's copied onto the hard drive. A video editing software program can provide many impressive production qualities, such as music, graphics, and photos that you supply overlaid directly into the program. After many hours of editing and polishing the results, your DVD is ready. But not yet. We still have to put the graphics on the disc. We create graphics uniquely for you. Here it is, the final product. We put it into the trim case, graphics also uniquely created for you. And with a final click, this newly created family heirloom is ready.
And why oral history is important is because it gives history its drama. It gives you the insight into things that you cannot get anywhere else. If you have somebody who lived through D-Day who can describe what that event was like, if you have a politician explaining why he cast his vote for a particular bill, all of these things are important. And it is a collaborative effort between the interviewer and the interviewee. And it's important for the interviewee to have the knowledge you seek, and the person doing the interview also has to have the knowledge and the skills to do the interview properly. It is not just sitting down and turning on a tape recorder.
I think the beauty of oral history is it's spontaneous. You know, you don't really think about things that you're going to include in it.
I think oral history is a spoken recollection of your life.
It's a story of a person's life.
And go around and have people identify the things that are important to them in their personal lives, the things that have made them who they are.
What is oral history? Well, to me, simply, it's the story of a person's life. But if you think about it, it's much more than that, because everyone has a different story to tell. It's a gift made by a person in the present, describing their past and how they faced life and the challenges they overcame. A gift to their descendants in the future. And I think that this telling will inspire anyone who listens to it.
I like to think that we are preserving personal histories of individuals who have stories to tell. I just think it is so valuable for families to have in their possession something from the family member who talks about the values and the ethical beliefs that the family has held perhaps for generations. I believe all of us have stories to tell. You don't have to have a interesting life. But it's so important to pass on values, beliefs. There have been people who use them as ethical wills to pass on through the next generations of what they believe, whether it's religious or ethical or business, whatever.
Well, now you've heard all that, but this is the moment we live for, when you finally get your package.
Oh, it's here, Jane. Oh my God.
Oh my God.